This is
sTrangerTone.
Alright, anyways, today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial. As you can tell, I use demo version VSTs. Well, I'm going to show you how to get around this, because when you use a demo version VST, you are only allowed a certain amount of time to record, and then it shuts off or stops working as like a, it'll just keep playing random notes. So anyways, I'm going to show you how to get around this. I would love to have these VSTs, like the full versions of them, don't get me wrong, but I don't have the money at the moment, and a lot of you I know who want to start producing don't have a lot of money to start out with unless you're rich already. Yeah, so let me show you how to use this, because this can get annoying if you want a certain sound and you don't want to have to pay for that certain sound. I mean, I know everybody wants to have the full version, and eventually a lot of people, when they make it, they will pay for that full version, but as of right now, as of starting out, you want to have a specific sound, and you don't have the money to necessarily get that VST that you want. So let's go ahead and build a random melody here. I'm just making something random here, so that way we'll just leave it at 130. And I'll go ahead and drag this to the end here, because I'm not trying to do nothing fancy right now. And that's pretty good. So what we're going to do here at this end note is drag it out to like here or here, whichever how long the reverb is. Let's go ahead and put it to here just to be safe. So now what you're going to want to do, well, let's get rid of free limiter. I don't like that on there. I like to turn this up too, so that way I have a nice treble sound, a higher treble sound, so it sounds more crisp. So what you're going to want to do is open up Edison right here, and let's shrink this down, and you're going to want to hit record, and you're going to want to play it from the playlist. And what you're going to want to do is let it play till you get about right here, because you're going to chop this part. That's why I always do it in 8-bar sections, because you're going to chop this part and repeat it, so that way it doesn't sound like the sound is starting over again. So let's stop this, and let's amplify. We wanted to let that fade out too at the end so it sounds natural, so we amplified it here. We get it halfway. I guess you can normalize it too, or you can leave it the way it is, but I like to have somewhat of a little bit more visible of my notes. So you're going to chop this end off here, and we're going to chop that off, and then you're going to put it in the playlist by clicking this button right here. So now we got it in the playlist. We can delete that. We can delete I guess we can replace this with a sampler, so if we wanted to go back and say edit this more, like change the notes around, we could go back up and reopen the instrument or change it around, or so we're going to chop this because you can see how the difference is right here, and then you can see how it's different here. You can hear part of this note here playing off into this section here. So then you're going to want to keep putting this out, so like how long ever you want the section to be, and then you can put the end there, and then you can just play around with the knobs and stuff, and then that's how you have your free sound into your whatever you want to use. Now, using these is just as good as using the notes, in my opinion, unless you wanted to change something around, but you can always reopen up your instrument. That's why you save it as a sampler here, so you can always go back in and edit things. So hope this tutorial helped you out, and this is
sTrangerTone
signing out. So I am going to go smoke a blunt right now, so y'all have a good one.